Hi, I'm Melissa, your free range psychic. Today is February the 7th, 2021. It is the weekend of the Super Bowl, and it is also the weekend of the pre-impeachment trial, the second one of Donald J. Trump. Hope you all have your popcorn for that. God knows what's going to happen. That's going to be, I think, shocking, really. I'm so curious to know what the chronology was of the planning of that coup attempt. I wonder what comes out. I hope it all comes out. So today I thought I would do something different. I wanted to do a past life reading. A lot of people had requested that I do one on Kamala Harris. So when I do these readings, I ask my guides, my spirit guides, to show me that incarnation, and my guides led me to Queen Maude of Norway. I didn't know who she was. I had never studied her, but when I started to do the research and compared, the photographs, which I've included many in the intro, I saw a great deal of similarity. Please take it all with a grain of salt. You make up your own mind. Before I do the tarot reading, which is like a synergy of these two lives, I will give you a little bit of background on both. Kamala Harris, her name is Kamala Devi Harris, D-E-V-I, maybe Devi. I think Devi was probably how it's pronounced. I don't know. She was born October 20th, 1964 in Oakland, California. Her parents, her father's still living. He's an emeritus professor at Stanford University. His name is Donald J. Harris. He is a professor of post-Keynesian economics. And excuse me if it might be Keynesian. I think it's Keynesian. I'm not sure. And her mother is also, or was also a professor. She was a professor of nutrition and endocrinology. Her name was Shaimala Gopalan Harris. her father came from British Jamaica, and her mother from Chennai, India, also known as Madras. And they met here, going to university, and married, and had Kamala, and also her sister Maya. So Kamala, born October 20th, 1964, is 56, and her sister was born a couple years later. She's 54, and her name is Maya. She is a lawyer and a political commentator. I believe they're still really close, both women. Kamala, as we know, married Doug Emhoff. I think that's actually her second marriage. I really saw nothing about the first marriage. That marriage was 2014, and she has two stepchildren, Ella and Chloe, who we all saw at the inauguration. And a lot of other relations, I didn't know who they were. Everybody looked really close and loving. A great family. So Kamala attended Howard University, where she got her bachelor's, and then University of California, where she got her law degree. She was elected Attorney General of California in 2010, re-elected in 2014, and then elected to the U.S. Senate, where she served from 2017 to 2021, when she was elected to be Vice President of the United States. And she was the first South Asian woman to be elected to the Senate, the second African American woman to be elected to the Senate, and then, of course, the first South Asian and African American woman to be elected as Vice President to Joe Biden. Her husband, Doug Emhoff, is also a first, right? The first, second, it sounds odd, doesn't it? The first, second gentleman, and also the first Jewish vice president's spouse. It's amazing. A lot of firsts here. And I think I mentioned Doug Emhoff is also an attorney. If I did not, then I'll just, it was only a few seconds ago, but I don't remember. So as a senator, Kamala Harris, she advocated health reform, a path to citizenship for undocumented workers, the DREAM Act. She advocated for a ban on assault weapons. Also, she was against the death penalty, and she championed progressive tax reform. That is our wonderful vice president. Then Queen Maude, her biography, let's get into that. So she was born November 1869. And then she passed away in 1938 in November also. She was the daughter of Edward VII, who's the Prince of Wales. So that makes her the granddaughter of Queen Victoria. And he married Queen Alexandra. That was her mother. She apparently was known as the tomboy of the family, and her family called her as a nickname Harry. So Kamala Harris, and then she had the nickname, Queen Maude had the nickname Harry. I thought that was kind of funny. Queen Maude had two sisters, Mary and Victoria. She married in her mid to late 20s to her first cousin, who was the King of Denmark at the time. And she only had one child, Prince Alexander, born, I believe, 1903. And then in some political royal maneuver or consequence, her husband became the King of Norway, and her child's name was changed to Olaf as a result. Queen Maude was an interesting woman. There's a story that I read on, I believe, Wikipedia or some other biographical blog, where she kind of made a splash in the news before she got married because she was caught smoking a cigarette unattended with no chaperone. So a bit of a rebel there. And she was apparently shy in the public eye, or if not shy, maybe that just wasn't her place at the time. But behind the scenes, she was known as a vibrant and dominant personality. She supported charitable institutions. She supported and encouraged musicians and artists. She was particularly interested in helping animals and children. And at some point, she supported a home for unwed mothers that was started by a feminist by the name of, I think, Kati Muller. And apparently that was really radical. She also did a lot of work in a relief program for needs of veterans and such in World War I. There's a lot of information there, obviously, to be mined. She's very interesting. I haven't read a biography on her, but I'm sure there's much more to her personality. She's a beautiful dresser. It's so elegant. And there's a lot smoldering in those eyes. But I do believe that in the public, that she was kind of reticent. And it's interesting because now Kamala has come out and is very much in the public eye. So let's get into her or their tarot reading. My guides chose to represent both of them. This card, the Empress. So this is powerful female energy, you know, goddess energy. So here they are both representing the archetype of the powerful female. And of course, the Empress. So you have a queen, and then you have a vice president, both powerful positions. Above, Queen of Pentacles. This is representing independent women, you know, Kamala, the attorney. And Queen Maude, even though in the public eye, reticent, she's got things going on. She's got projects. She's active in achieving goals and in helping people through charities, etc. She's her own person here. In the past, so in the past, that position for like a reincarnation reading, this is where the last person ended and where this person's, or the reincarnation starts. This is strength. Interestingly enough, as I'm looking at this card, I asked my guides about it. They drew my attention to the lion. So the lion representing a king, a royalty, somebody who's very powerful. And then here you have the queen alongside the lion. And so also this is Joe Biden and this is Kamala Harris. So this would represent very strongly both women, not behind, not as a consequence, but side by side here, and characterized by strength. Underneath, in the motivation placement, I think of it like that, is the Queen of Swords. So this is representative of a woman who's speaking her truth. And she's going to be powerful about it. She's going to be very clear about it. And she's going to fight for injustice. She's going to take up the sword to right the wrongs in humanity. She's going to be a purveyor and seeker of justice. My guides say this is representing both of these women, where they were coming from, what they hope to achieve in their lives, battling for the good, protecting the weak, and bringing about change. In the future, this is now, again, kind of a beginning and an ending. where Queen Maude lived her life involved in many projects, focusing not just on her family, but on the world around her, and with the hopes to achieve things of lasting importance. This is Kamala now getting to work. And she's working on a lot of stuff here, right? And she's got a lot of things to accomplish. And she's just intent on getting things done, like the COVID relief package and a myriad of other things. The clarifying card is the Sun. My guides say that this has to do with vitality. Both women being very vital, having life force that they're bringing to their actions. This is the vital people, or vital women here in this case. Vitality. This is the outcome, and this is the world. So both of these women, internationally famous. What they do affects the whole world, not just themselves or even their countries. And this is rising to great heights. So Kamala possibly even becoming president one day. My guides say it's very possible that she will be our next president. I hope you enjoyed this reading. We also have a oracle card, or should I say an oracle card. Can you hear my chimes out there? I don't know if you can hear. It is so cold today. It is, I don't know, polar vortex cold, 10 degrees or something like that. So it's a bit stultifying. And it's also Mercury retrograde. So we'll see if at the end of this video I have to do it all over again. I hope not. The deck I'm using is Whispers of Healing Oracle cards, and the card that they gave us is Transform. This deck is by Angela Hartfield, if you want to know. Can you feel the importance of what is happening to you? You are in a phase where just about anything is possible. To achieve transformation, you must really think it is possible. Believing in yourself and your abilities is the key to creating the change being shown to you. To achieve the desired changes in your health, be willing to make changes in your behaviors. You do some things out of habit, some because of the way you were taught, and others because they are easy. Try a new approach to create your change. If needed, get a buddy to do this with you. This could be anything from eating healthier to taking a 10-minute walk, to learning a new hobby. Reinforce the changes you are making in your life by enlisting the support of family members or someone you know who will cheer you on. Repeat the much prized changes to form a new positive set of habits. As you start having success, you will develop an unshakable conviction that you will get to where you want to be. This is a good card for February, I think. And February is the month of transformation. We're going to transform from winter towards spring, as at the end of February, the thaw is probably going to be on its way. At this point in the reading, I let people know that I'm available for personal readings. I read on anything in your present life. I like to read on past lives. I'm a medium, and I love to introduce you to your guardian angels. So everybody take care. For you, those of you like me that are experiencing the polar vortex, stay warm, enjoy the weekend, whether you're watching the Super Bowl or not. I will be back next week with probably a lot to talk about, considering what's coming up. I love you. Take care. Bye.